not take Zealot or anything early. Go for an early Stalker and try to follow up with a 3 or 4 more Stalkers to harass this expansion. It won't kill the opponent necessarily, but if Styx is cutting corners, he'll die. He'll just outright die. If he doesn't have a bunker, he's dead, or he just takes so many losses. So Protoss gives up a little tiny window. Like, they could be proxy Reapered, possibly. But what they're getting out of it is, nope, instead you're seeing this double gas go down, so it is not going to be that. Maybe a 4-gate. I don't know. It's a very interesting build because you've got 3 in one gas, 2 in the other. I don't know if that's intentional or planned. But we'll see what he does with this guy, who's kind of free-floating around looking for a place to place proxy pylon. And also see what he does to follow up the cybernetics core, because he'll have a lot of gas pulled. And still not producing out of it. I almost have to think it's a proxy Stargate. See how that plays out. Not too sure at the moment. Kind of dancing around. Not really, just gonna go up in the base. Try to harass the Marine, because back over here you actually have warp research started? Huh. First Reaper's out. It's going to be met by the early Stalker. So normal Reapers aren't going to really be effective against this, especially when you just get the Zealot, who's just worthless against Reapers anyway. And we'll see what he does. He has a lot of gas. Oh, pretty big supply block there too. You don't want to get blocked that early. And yeah, Styx seems like a very fundamental. The 2 games I've seen, he's been very safe. He doesn't cut corners. He'd rather be down that 4 to 5 Marines, and be down that 200 minerals, and kind of find a way to come back in the micro. Not cutting corners though. Putting a bunker down on the low ground while bidding his expansion on the high is going to negate any 4-gate. But look at this. Fast expansion going down at the gold. Interesting. I'm not really sure what to think about that. I feel like Protoss is the least... I don't know. I don't want to say least effective at having gold, but just this early in the game having that many minerals, I don't feel like there's too much they can do with it. They really have to get those either multiple gateways down like immediately for pressure that needs to start at like 7-8 minutes, or they have to get sentries down, get in a good position to take a third, and then burn everything. This kind of like, it's going to be early minerals, but not too sure what exactly Believer's going to be able to do with it. If he can, if Styx does get a little crazy with his scouting, he might freak out and think it's a 4-gate and not drop his expansion, which would be huge. So far, Believer's pretty much showing it's a 4-gate, but instead just taking the expansion. Now, Reapers are effective, they're just not... They haven't really found their place yet in TVP. Especially with pretty much every single Protoss now just skipping that first Zealot and going straight for the Stalker. Does have his expansion down, he's going to jump right into that production. We do have a 30-25 though, because that Chrono Boost... Oh, so strong for the toss, and now having 2 Nexus down, they're going to come out even faster. That's what she said. And going down into production, factory starting. Okay, have to know, he's almost for sure going for a Doom, not a Doom drop, but he's going for a drop. These Stalkers going to try to be a nuisance, but there's only been 2, he's only seen 2. He knows it's not a 4-gate, it would have already happened. The next possible thing is, yes, Dark Templars or Blink Stalkers. So, gotta think maybe he's going to save for a scan in the main, which would give away actually quite a bit, because you're going to see the double Stargate here, which is a way to burn the early gas, and without any scouting information, it's going to come out. But I feel like Styx is somewhat suspicious because he didn't really see a 4-gate type thing, or even a 3-gate pressure, or a 3-gate robo. Nothing like that. It's just 2 Stalkers is all he's seen on the map so far, so he has to know, like, something's going on that's a little weird, and I think he's just going to miss the timing here. He's going for the 10:30 timing, which is very susceptible to this 9-minute timing. But right before everything comes out, these oracles are going to go to work. But no, he actually had a turret down. Really well placed. Quickly moves away his workers. Minimal losses there. I think lost 2. 2 SCVs for 2 Stargates. That's not necessarily the best trade, but is down in SCVs though. Hasn't been able to keep it with production and doesn't have a high yield mineral field as Believer does. But I will say Styx is not shy about his drops. He'll normally just fly to cut distance right across the map, which if he does run into that, that's a dead expansion and a dead toss. We'll see what happens here. He is moving out, and he's going to hit that +1 plus that +1 Marauder, Marine, Stim, combat shield timing. We'll see what he can do with it. Ooh, that's awkward now. The Stalker comes out from this very middle space. You gotta think he's almost gonna want to check that out because it's so weird. And yeah, he's gonna see everything right now. This is not really good. All right, there's an overcharge. Gonna be able to defend it, but more importantly, he knows it's here now. Damage kind of done economically, but look how far apart these bases are for the toss. This is gonna be really difficult, especially now that you don't have any tier 3 started. He got stuck on kind of this Oracle production to, I guess, do harass and throw his opponent off guard. But it's not going to matter. Oh no, and we have a possible disconnect. Let's see what happens here. There we go. Styx is still alive. Still with us. Alright, nice drop coming down here in the main, and there's the problem with those bases being so far spread apart, but I do think there'll be a trade here because, no, Marine's here. So these Oracles can't have a picnic like they want to. We'll see what happens. He's electing to focus on this Nexus. If he can take this out, my goodness, I think that could be all she wrote for our toss player, who's now able to retreat. And can he get away too? Almost lost free before a Nexus is just detrimental. Alright, at the same time, the Oracle's kind of flying around doing a lot of damage, and yeah, Styx still behind. 11, no, a lot more, almost 20 in workers, so this didn't really work out for either party there. We are down in Nexus, though. We are down in Nexus, which is, it's bad. It's not a good thing, but it's a very awkward position now for the toss. Now is the time you'd be wanting to move towards either a Templar tech. I don't know, getting the lag again. You would either want to move towards a Templar tech. Oh, I really hope he doesn't disconnect here. Oh, so sad. And looks like we're back in the game again.
Game paused.
Alright, we'll chill for a bit while the players figure that out.
Game resumed.
Alright, back into it. Alright, here comes a counter push. Tons of Oracles, but tons of Marines to counter these Zealots. Stim going out. Now, like, focus firing the turret, which allows the units to stay alive a little bit longer. That might be the difference in this engagement. You're gonna have to be careful though, doesn't want to over push into those force fields. Supplies now in favor of the Terran. That push had to break through. It didn't. There's going to be a really strong follow-up right here for a second wave. If Styx can hold this, I feel like he's got the game because he's on 2 bases. We'll have to see what happens. Here comes that monstrous second push from the toss. Sentry's low on force fields though, so he can be a little aggressive here. dancing around. Now SCV's jumping in this fight as well, electing to be as safe as he can by throwing the buffer in there. He wants to make sure that he stops his push, because he knows Mules can catch up. There's a good game. Game 1 will go to Styx. Game 2 coming up in a moment. Alright, so we'll go to game 2 of our series. And Believer is going to be able to actually pick this map because he did lose the first one. Alright, well, while we're waiting, get this music back on. Why not? Or will I?
Plus she got a small waist. Her friend. No, I said it's true. I can feel the love. Can you feel it too? I can feel it. I can feel it. No, I said it's true. I can feel the love. Can you feel it too? I can feel it. I can feel it. And I ain't slept at home, not trying to be left alone. I'm waking up every morning to a metronome. With no alarm clock, I don't gotta set my phone. You know the bar stopped selling alcohol after 2 a.m. You no longer in New York City, it's just you and them. And the people who fucking with me, I say they travel the world. I'm about to cover some distances, and I'm just trying to prove to y'all what the difference is. So when you love what you're doing and then you're missing it, I'ma send y'all regards. Few postcards up in the mail, Jean-Luc, I never fail. This is new wave rap, we never going to jail, cuz all I wanna do is drink wine and make babies. You ain't never had a sick line, Wayne Brady. Let me kick rhymes, y'all can kick rocks like bow, it's a body, bang to bang. No, I said it's true, I can feel the love, can you feel it too? I can feel it, I can feel it, No, I said it's true, I can feel the love, can you feel it too? I can feel it, I can feel it, yeah, so let the good kids be a little bad, let them stay out the night, they selling the El Rey out, feeling like
Alright, well,
partying like Harry, girl. These are nights
those players get ready for their next match.
Single women like room
You've got Amy Kelly for a semifinal. I guess concluded yet. We still pretty even as far as races and everything, so we've had all different types of matches, Terran vs. Terran, Terran vs. Zerg, so lots going on. Let's see how it works out.
Some people copying the steeds or they try to. I feel the love like my crew. You only really feel the love when you lie to, you lie to. No, I said it's true. I can feel the love. Can you feel it too? I can feel it. I can feel it. No, I said it's true. I can feel the love. Can you feel it too? I can feel it. I can feel it. I don't wanna be one of the guys who tell you lies. I don't wanna sit beside them and take up all your time. When I'm without you, I feel like